The worst pain is not being cheated on. The worst pain is being betrayed by two people you trusted with your life. Chioma sold her land, emptied her savings, and fought her own family for the man she believed would become her husband. But one rainy evening, she opened a door she was never supposed to open. And what she saw inside that room made her scream so loudly. Neighbors thought somebody had died. But the most shocking part? The woman on that bed was not a stranger. It was her best friend. The same friend who used to pray with her about the relationship. And before this story ends, one person will disappear. One person will beg for forgiveness. And one secret will destroy everybody. Chioma grew up believing love was sacred. Simple village girl. Soft heart. Big dreams. She sold fabrics in a small shop in Lagos while saving every naira to open her own fashion store. Life was difficult, but she had peace. Until the day Tund walked into her shop. Tall, smooth voice, perfect smile. The kind of man who looked like Heartbreak wearing perfume. Tund knew exactly what to say. He prayed before meals, quoted scripture, spoke gently. Every night he called Chioma for hours. Women like you are rare. Those words melted her. Nobody had ever made Chioma feel chosen before. Soon, she became addicted to his attention. But there was one thing Chioma ignored. Tund never talked about his past. Whenever she asked questions, he changed the subject. And every time his phone rang, he stepped outside. But Chioma had no idea. Another woman was already calling him baby. Amaka and Chioma were inseparable. From secondary school days to adulthood, Amaka was beautiful, bold, funny. The type of woman men noticed instantly. But despite her beauty, her relationships never lasted. When Chioma introduced Tund to Amaka, something strange happened. For 1 second, Amaka's smile disappeared. Then she forced herself to smile again. So this is the man stealing all your attention? Everybody laughed. But later that night, Amaka asked a strange question. Are you sure you really know him? Chioma became defensive immediately. Because when people are deeply in love, truth sounds like jealousy. 3 months later, Tund arrived at Chioma's room looking devastated. Sweating, breathing heavily. He claimed he had a once-in-a-lifetime business deal importing phone accessories from China. But he needed money urgently. A lot of money. Chioma froze. The amount he requested was her entire life savings. Money meant for her dream boutique. At first she refused. Then Tund started crying. Actually crying. I thought we were building together. That sentence destroyed her resistance. 3 days later, Chioma sold her late father's small piece of land and gave Tund everything. Everything. But the moment the money entered Tund's account, something about him changed. The calls reduced. The sweet messages stopped. The prayers stopped. Now Tund sounded irritated whenever Chioma called. Sometimes he disappeared for 2 days. Whenever she complained, he turned the blame on her. You're becoming too controlling. Chioma apologized every single time. Because she was terrified of losing him. One evening, she went through his Instagram likes and saw something disturbing. Every single picture Amaka posted, Tund had liked it within seconds. Her stomach tightened. Still, she ignored the feeling. Because deep down, she was afraid of the truth. Rain was falling heavily that evening. Chioma smiled as she held hot pepper soup outside Tun's apartment. She wanted to surprise him. Maybe things would become sweet again. Maybe the distance was only stress. As she approached the door, she heard laughter. A woman laughing. Chioma paused. Then she heard Tun's voice. Soft. Romantic. The exact tone he once used on her. Her hands began shaking. Slowly, she pushed the door open. And instantly, her entire world collapsed. The flask dropped first. Then silence. Tund was on the bed. Shirtless. And underneath him was Amaka. Her best friend. The same woman who used to tell her, "You deserve happiness." For several seconds, nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Then Amaka whispered, "Chioma." Chioma screamed so loudly. The neighbors started banging the door. But the betrayal was even worse than Chioma imagined. Because this was not their first time together. Chioma noticed Amaka's clothes inside the wardrobe. Her slippers beside the bed. Makeup on the table. This was not a mistake. This had been happening for months. Possibly while Chioma was still sending them both prayer messages. Tund tried to speak. "Listen." Slap. Chioma hit him so hard his lip burst open. Then she turned toward Amaka. But instead of anger, Chioma broke down crying. Because betrayal from a friend cuts deeper than betrayal from a lover. By morning, everybody knew. Neighbors whispered. Market women gossiped. Some secretly mocked her. Others pretended to pity her while enjoying the drama. Then came the biggest humiliation. Amaka posted Tund online. Caption. Found peace. Chioma nearly fainted. 5 years of friendship. Destroyed publicly in one post. Chioma stopped eating properly. Stopped going to work. Her rent expired. Debt increased. One night, she sat alone in darkness staring at rat poison. Completely broken. Then her phone vibrated. A voice note from her mother. "Please don't destroy yourself because of people who already destroyed their own souls." Chioma burst into tears. Because for the first time, she realized she was dying while the people who hurt her were still living happily. But happiness does not stay long on stolen foundations. 6 months later, everything started collapsing for Tund. The business failed. Debt swallowed him. Friends disappeared. Then came the final shock. Amaka got pregnant. But rumors spread that the child might not belong to Tund. Their relationship became toxic. Violence. Insults. Cheating accusations. The same love that destroyed Chioma started destroying them too. One afternoon, Chioma was arranging clothes inside her newly opened boutique. Business was finally improving. Peace had slowly returned. Then somebody entered the shop. She looked up and froze. It was Tund. But he looked broken. Thinner. Older. Defeated. His eyes filled with regret. "I made the biggest mistake of my life." Chioma said nothing. Then Tund dropped to his knees. Inside the shop. Begging. Crying. Customers watched in silence. But before Chioma could respond, another voice spoke behind him. It was Amaka. Holding a small child. tears running down her face. And then she said the words nobody expected. "The baby is yours." Tund froze. Chioma froze. The entire shop became silent. Because the child was not Tund's. Sometimes betrayal destroys people. Sometimes betrayal exposes people. But no matter how painful heartbreak becomes, never lose yourself trying to keep people who were already planning to lose you. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means refusing to let pain poison your future forever. If Chioma were your sister, would you forgive Tund and Amaka? Comment, forgive or never. And subscribe for more emotional African relationship stories every week.